Hi, this is Dr. Pan recording from Tucson, Arizona. Today we have a question from one of our YouTube subscribers. Let's see how we can go about graphing this one. To send your own questions, please consider subscribing our channel. The analysis looks something like this. We have a minus sign, so we have a hyperbola. There's two curves over here. In deciding how to graph this one, 3 points come very critical. First one is that curve always sits on the first term. By that we mean if the first term is y, then the curve sits on the y. The first term is x, then it sits on the x. Because this is minus sign, it matters the order, which one comes first. Second point is that the center shift is x minus cx, y minus cy. So you're going to have to read the minus sign first, then the number behind is what the coordinates, where the center will be. For our case here, it's going to be 4 and minus 1. It's a minus 1 for y because it's y plus 1. You change it into y minus 1. That gives you the y, cy coordinate. This really is from the distance formula. The last one is asymptote box. This box is important. It decides, because this line, the arms over here, decides what the curve is going to be and how wide it opens. The box size is really decided by two numbers, the number on the bottom of the y term and the number on the bottom of the x term. The slope of this line, just like any other line, is rise over run. For our case, is length in y divided by length in x. All right, so given all those 3 points, let's see how we graph this one. All right, so first 3 steps. This curve is going to sit on the y-axis. The first term is y. The second point is the center is shifted. So cx is 4, and the cy was shifted as y minus 1, so it's actually shifted to minus 1. Once we find the center, the easiest way I've found over the years to graph this one from here is you get the box size first. Length along x direction is 4. You're going to read this number. Make sure it's expressed in square term. And then length along y direction is 3. So grabbing the center, which is 4 and minus 1. Here, I made a mistake over here. This should be actually minus 1. So the idea is that if you actually just write the center out first before you start graphing it, it's much easier. Now, what I did is once I got the center, 4 and minus 1 over here, I took 4 units along x direction, and then I went up 3 directions, 3 units, and then I just constructed this box along the center and the units of length I need to go. Now make sure you go both directions. Once you have this box, the rest of it is pretty easy to graph. Let's finish it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this box over here. I'm going to draw 2 diagonal lines. That's my asymptotes. Once I have the asymptotes, and I'm going to fill in the curve based on the directions of the curve where it sits, and then we'll complete this problems. Alright, so what I did over here is shrunk it down a little bit so we can see it better. Once again, I put the center here. I didn't put in the coordinate system yet. I just wrote the center should be at 4 and minus 1. And then what I'm going to do is draw this box 4 units over, that's from here, 3 units up, and then constructed this box, put the asymptotes on. The curve sits on the y-axis, so if I extended this one out, I'll see this curve sits along the y direction. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put it in the actual coordinate system. So this curve actually sits in with a reference or frame of reference actually. So let's finish the last step. Alright, so what I did is I grabbed the center, constructed my asymptote box, knowing the curve sits on the y-axis, and now the last thing, this thing in the blue, is where the location, the 0, 0 location, is such that the center I was drawing the box for is going to be at 4 and minus 1. So I sort of worked backward a little bit. It's a lot easier. You draw the box first, get the asymptotes in, draw the curves in, and then figure out where this frame of reference actually sits. In our case, it sits on such points so that the point where we're graphing earlier sits on 4 and minus 1. And on this side, what we have is a computer-generated graph. You see that's almost Hopefully it's identical. Yeah, it is. All right. Well, I hope this helps. Hi, this is Dr. Pan recording from Tucson, Arizona. Please comment, share, or like this video. Together we can make math easy again. Have a confident day.